All right, what is going on, Patriots fans? This is Jace back with the Patriots Drive podcast. Today, we're less than a week away from the NFL draft, and it is going to be fun. I hope you guys are excited for this. Today, I want to talk about the most realistic picks at pick 14 for the New England Patriots. I'll talk about a couple positions, a couple different players I like, and a couple different scenarios that I think could be possible for the Patriots in the first round of this draft. So stay tuned and don't go anywhere. All right, with the 2023 NFL draft coming up soon, I want to quickly shout out we will be live the day of the draft for the Patriots first round and second and third rounds, and then most likely the three fourth rounders we have. Come hang out with us. It will be live during that time. You can come chat. Maybe we'll have some callers come in. So make sure you guys are subscribed so you get the notification when we go live. We'll be having a live watch party. Hopefully you guys can all make it. Get to hang out on draft night, talk some Patriots draft picks and possibilities. But let's get right into this. The first option that I think, and I want to talk about receiver. I think a lot of people are looking at the receiver way. I don't know how likely it is. The one guy I have, and I think a lot of Patriots fans are excited about and intrigues them, is Zay Flowers out of Boston College. For me, I would not mind Zay Flowers at pick 14. If New England were to trade down into the lower teens, possibly the the high 20 or the low 20s, sorry, they were to get 20, 21, 22, somehow maybe 19 from Tampa Bay, I would love this pick even more. I think Zay Flowers is a great receiver. He's a little bit smaller. He measured at 5'9" at the combine, ran a 4.42, which was in the 80th percentile, had a good broad jump at 10.7. He's good. He was top 20 in deep catches this year in college football. He had over 500 yards, over 500 receiving yards when the ball was thrown 20 plus yards down the field. So talk about adding versatility, explosion to this offense. Zay Flowers, he's quick, he's versatile, he's a playmaker. He sets up, or you can put him in a lot of different roles in this offense. And I think that Bill O'Brien would do a lot of cool things with him. So Zay Flowers is a guy that I don't know if there's a clear number one receiver in this class. I have Jackson Smith and Njigba ranked number one at receiver. I don't know how all these guys are going to pan out. Then I have Quentin Johnston just because of his size and what he can do. He moves like he's a Zay Flowers size dude. But then I have Zay Flowers at 3. So if somehow New England were to trade down and take Zay Flowers in the later first round, I think that would be a home run pick for them. But even if they were to take him at 14, it's something that I think would excite a lot of Patriots fans and could be a very good weapon for this Patriots offense in Bill O'Brien and Mac Jones. So moving on, a guy that's climbing up draft boards. A lot of Patriots fans might not really know about him. He's gotten comparisons to Trent Williams. I don't think he's Trent Williams, but he is a physical, mauling offensive lineman. This is Darnell Wright out of Tennessee. He has been climbing up boards, like I mentioned. So another guy that possibly New England trades down, like they seem to like to do, gain an extra pick or two in the third and fourth rounds and get him in the lower teens or maybe the 20s. If they do take him at 14, he's very versatile. A lot of people thought he was a right tackle only. Yeah, don't say that to him on Twitter. This is a guy that will not take lightly to that. He played 922 left tackle snaps in 2021, 892 this last season at right tackle. So he's played a ton of snaps at both. He's 6'6", 335 pounds, massive, massive human being that moves well. He came in and tested at a 501 40-yard dash for a 330 plus pound dude. That's in the 85th percentile. Broad jump 9.6, which is in the 90th percentile. Tested pretty good. I mean, he has good frame. He's flexible, great strength, really explosive. He runs a ton of zone or of gap scheme at Tennessee and zone scheme. So he has experience doing both. We don't know what New England's offense is really going to be. We heard about it being a zone scheme last year. Didn't really transition to that. Bill O'Brien supposedly reworking the whole offense. So we'll see. But this guy's a mauler. He can play both sides of the offensive line at tackle. He wants to play left tackle. He knows that's where the money is. This is a guy that's climbing up draft boards that I think New England could look at and could be really exciting for them to add to that offensive line and protect Mac Jones. The next position, let's focus on the defense a little bit more. 2 offensive guys first. This is a guy that he has an NFL pedigree. His dad played linebacker in the NFL for the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is going to be cornerback Joey Porter Jr. I currently have him ranked 3rd on my big board for corners. I love his length. You talk about adding a long corner for New England that can lock down one side of the field. That's going to be Joey Porter Jr. 6'2", 198 pounds when he was at the combine. He has 34-inch arms, massive, massive arm length. That does cause him to get a little bit grabby at the top of routes. He can be a little penalty machine, but he specializes in playing press man coverage. He played 176 snaps of that. 190 of those ended up being man coverage, and then a couple of them were just press, and then, play cover 2 or stuff like that. But he's played 56 snaps in the box, 365 snaps out wide, 7 snaps in the deep post. He had a 40% forced incompletion percentage in college football this year. That was the 2nd best. He's a long physical corner that I think New England needs to have, and they've always had. With Jalen Mills reportedly going back to free safety, we don't have that long corner on the outside. Joey Porter Jr. can come in right away, add that to us. Jack Jones, Marcus Jones, Jonathan Jones will still be great cornerbacks, and I think that they'll be the core, but we don't have that long, lengthy guy, and I really think Joey Porter Jr. is one of the best guys at the position for that. I want to throw in one other guy. I don't think that there's any way that this guy is there for New England. He is in the cornerback room. He's my number 1 ranked guy. I think he's the clear-cut best guy, size, speed, athleticism. That's Christian Gonzalez out of Oregon. Like I said, he's my number 1 guy. Another 6'2" corner that's long. At the combine, he measured in with a 32-inch wingspan, so not ideal, but he ran a 4.38, a 41.5-inch vertical, 11.1 broad jump, tested pretty much in the 90th percentile of everything. Dude is long, lengthy, had almost an 82 cover grade. You talk about one of the most physically gifted corners, and one of the most polished. I think that it's Christian Gonzalez. I really think he's the Sauce Gardner of this class. He should be the clear-cut number 1 corner. If he were to somehow fall to New England at pick 14, I would hope they turn the card in with 9 minutes left on the clock. I know that doesn't happen because there's all the things that have to be, but I think New England should sprint that card up to the table if Christian Gonzalez is there at pick 14, and that's who I think would be a game-changing pick for the New England Patriots there. Right now, they are doubling your first deposit up to $100 when you use code PATSDRIVE or use the link in the description. All you have to do is select higher or lower and submit your wager for as low as $1 to win anywhere from 3 times to 20 times your money. You can also compete against thousands in Underdog Fantasy's daily fantasy tournaments ranging anywhere from football to baseball to basketball. Whatever sport it is, there's a tournament for you. Now with Underdog's Pick'em Insurance, you can still win money even if one of your picks does not hit. So head over to UnderdogFantasy.com or download the Underdog app. Make sure to use code PATCHDRIVE or use the link in our description to get started today. Last guy I want to talk about. Let's go again, and I think this is a guy that he falls perfectly at pick 14. He might go pick 13. He might go pick 12. I currently have him as my number 1 ranked offensive tackle. I think Peter Skoronski is going to move into the interior eventually in the NFL. And I think that Paris Johnson Jr. has a very high floor, but not as high of a ceiling as Broderick Jones. So I'm throwing Broderick Jones up there. I think pick 14 is about right where he falls in this draft. I would love for him to come and be the next left tackle of the future for the New England Patriots, possibly move Trent Brown to the right side. For this year, you signed Riley Reif. I think Broderick Jones can be a generational talent. 6'4", 310 pounds out of the University of Georgia. He's played mostly left tackle, 930 snaps at left tackle in 2022, 428 in 2021. Ran a ton of inside zone snaps. So you want to be a zone run scheme team. He played the 23rd most out of any offensive lineman. He also had a 99 pass block efficiency grade according to PFF. That's tied for the 4th. Dude's a beast. He is a mauler, kind of like Darnell Wright, just he doesn't have the size, the 330-pound frame he does, but it comes from his mentality. He's a dog in the trenches. He plays with that chip on his shoulder. He needs to work on his hand placement a little, but I do think Adrian Clem can get that. This guy has a prototypical left tackle frame. Not as tall as you'd want him to be, 34 3/4 inch arms, which is good enough. Good hand size. He ran a 4.97, 30-inch vertical and a 9-inch broad. very, very, very physically gifted and athletically gifted, moves well, explosiveness, frame. I think Broderick Jones is going to be a great offensive tackle. He's more of a project than some of those guys, but he has the explosion, the athleticism, the size, everything about him has plus grades that he could be the next great left tackle in the NFL. So I think he falls to New England at 14. If maybe he goes 13 to the Jets, if they don't get the Aaron Rodgers situation figured out before the NFL draft, which I don't know if they will. But I think 14 is right in his range. So for me, I don't know who they go. I really don't. You're hearing situations of, oh, are they going to go receiver or are they looking corner? They kind of addressed Riley Reef and Calvin Anderson in free agency. Are those going to be kind of a bridge guy? I don't know. I think there's value in adding a young guy like Darnell Wright or Broderick Jones to protect Mac Jones. I also think that you can add more pass catchers like Zay Flowers. If Jackson Smith and Njigba is there, I would love for them to take him too. I didn't put him on here just because he has minimal testing numbers and stuff. He did do a pro day, but not at the combine. But do you build at the secondary that Bill's always had? Do you have that Joey Porter Jr. type of guy that's there, that's long and can shut down the field? And then we all know what Jack Jones and Marcus Jones are, the three Joneses, I should say. Or if someone falls like Christian Gonzalez, do you run the card up and take him? I think this is going to be a very interesting draft. I'm excited. These are 5 guys I have my eyes on in the first round. I don't know where they go. I hope you guys tune in on draft night. Let me know in the comments below who you would like New England to take at pick 14, or if you think they're going to trade down. And again, make sure that you subscribe so when we do go live on draft night, you guys can be here talking, chatting with us, and everything else. So we appreciate all the support. And until next time, we will talk to you later.